Okay, so today is Sunday, 14th of May 2023. So I'm out here with my Pojo. Um, of course, so I've been following me on the other channel. Already know this one. This um, 607 phase 2. This is one. Okay, so I'll recommend if you don't have a Pojo. You may have to. I recommend you get one and you enjoy at least, but make sure you didn't get an abused one. Okay, so this video, I'm going to talk about, it's not going to be about Pojo anyway, so it's going to be more of geopolitics, but specifically, I'm going to limit it to Nigeria. So, now I know quite a number of Nigerians always want to travel out or relocate outside Nigeria, most especially to the Western world, talking about Europe, North America. I could understand, the reasons, the state of the economy of Nigeria, unemployment, this and that, um, stability in so many sectors. So yeah, so it's not like people who have such ambition that is wrong to have such desire. Actually, there was a time I had a few years ago. I had that desire, but it wasn't a burning desire. I will get to that later. But the reason why I'm doing this is the way things are now in the West, Europe, North America. I would suggest people to Nigerians to be very careful, to think it carefully before you move. If at all, it will still be worth relocating. Now, when you look about the geopolitics going on right now in the world, number one, most European countries, their economy is going down. It's not a joke. You see, this video is more of before you do this, please do your research before you move or relocate. The economy is going down due to the conflict that's going on in Europe. There's a conflict going on between Russia Federation and the Ukraine. So it's affecting basically the entire Europe. Okay, you might not say the entire Europe, but yeah, most European countries, especially the ones still in EU, but it's more than that because even UK is no longer in EU, but it's affecting them. The economy is crashing. Food prices, food items, the prices are going high. Energy prices are increasing drastically. At the point there were even food shortages in UK. I remember I was watching, what's the name of this channel? When I remember it, I would say that, they talked about scarcity of egg in UK. So, I mean, you guys have to be very careful now. I know you might say no matter what, it's better than Nigeria. Well, I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm saying it's not that funny for them now because of what you might be wondering. Okay, how can what is going on between two countries affect every other country? Yeah, well, that will now come to the political side of it, not just the economy. Russia and Ukraine have an issue and they are fighting it out militarily. Some will call, in other words, Russia says special military operation they are carrying out in Ukraine. And so the Western world now sanctions Russia. So which is economic war. They declared economic war on Russia. So, you know, banning a lot of things, trading with Russia, doing this. That's maybe I'll do a different video of that. But the point is, it's now backfiring. It's now affecting all those sanctions. I mean, it's like Russia currently is the most sanctioned country in the world by the West. I'm talking about United States of America, Ukraine, United Kingdom, the rest of the EU, European countries in EU, NATO countries. So it's not affecting them too, because Russia is filled up with all kinds of natural resources. They are, in terms of commodity, they are among the first when it comes to rating. So it's like you don't have food, and the person that supplies food to you, you tell the person, I will no longer buy the food from you, even though I don't have any other place I can buy it, and I'm going to prevent all my neighbors from buying the food from you. Because if had it be you say, okay, I won't buy the food from you, but if your neighbor is buying, maybe you can go and buy from your neighbor. But now you are even telling your neighbor not to buy, which now made it worse. You are enforcing so it's not affecting almost all these countries that have sanctioned Russia and are still sanctioning them. So sometimes they will still find another country, no matter how far the distance, that is still buying those or trading with Russia, one way or the other. So because of that, it will go that far, and then that will not increase the price of the commodity or the natural resources that they need to run their country, or they keep their country industries running. So in that process, you will buy it much higher, because those countries that you are buying from most likely bought them from Russia at much cheaper price you were buying it before. Now you are going to them to buy it as, same thing you don't want. You still go to another country, another person to buy that same product. That same product you refuse to buy, or you banned even your neighbors from buying, or your friends from buying from that person. You go to somebody else who is not your friend to buy that same thing at probably double or triple price, that same product. So it's not affecting them, seriously. It is. So everything has gone up. Look at Germany. They are, everybody in the world knows that Germany, when it comes to industrialization, they are more like in fact, the entire Europe, they are the only country you could say that is number first when it comes to industries, quality products and the rest. So because of cheap energy they are getting from Russia. Russia was supplying cheap energy for them, so they were able to use it to produce high quality products at much cheaper price. But now they've cut it off, so they have to now source the energy from somewhere else at much higher price, which will now reflect on the product. And it's becoming so painful and concerning, because it will get to a point, that's what I suspect, it will get to a point, even though their prices have now gone up, because the producer, the manufacturer will have to reflect the higher cost of the energy on the products, because it's not going to bear that loss alone. It's going to reflect it on the product he's producing, so the price will go up. But you get to a point, just like what is happening in most developing countries or the rest, that their products they produce is not of that of high quality, because of so many factors: cost of living and cost of high energy or insufficient energy to produce parts at much cheaper prices. So it might start affecting German products to the point that they will start reducing quality of products so that they will be able to sell. Because if they keep increasing the price as the energy cost is still going up, You get the point. Nobody can afford to buy anymore. So for them to be able to sell, they may have to lower the price a little, or maintain the price that maybe a 70% increase instead of pushing it up to 100. But then they will reduce the quality. So my point is, if Germany now, from what I gathered, is being industrialized. Most companies have started looking for another country to move to go and where they can have access to cheap energy to be able to continue running the businesses. So be careful before you do all these things. I mean, start paying attention. I know you live in Nigeria and you like all this drama going on all over the country and the rest. But if your plan is to travel, before you do that, make inquiries. I mean, start paying attention to geopolitics. For you to make a choice which country you want to go to. Or probably you might decide, okay, let me hold on for a while, because what's going on now might not favor you when you go to the travel out or relocate out of the country. Or even if eventually you will do, you probably choose a different place that are not affected by this crisis or conflict between these two countries, or whatever is going on in the West. And another important factor for you to understand is the conflict is being escalated like daily. Escalating it to the point now that two things might happen if you keep going like this. That is either the West enter world war, we have another world war, which most of us here will not understand because we didn't live through it. We didn't experience World War II or World War One, so it sounded like a game to us, But the worst case is nuclear exchange. Russia is a powerful nuclear country. It owns nuclear bombs, and in fact, the highest in the whole world that owns nuclear bombs. So, if this thing keeps escalating, I become too existential. How do you pronounce it? Existential, whatever that is. It threatens the sovereignty of their country. Of course, they will have to lash out, and doing that, I have to be with nuclear weapon because, or even if they don't, if it doesn't get to that, the conflict might go beyond Ukraine or this thing. If this escalation keep going on, and the country where you in the Europe you want to move to, or in North America, might become participant in the conflict directly, no longer indirectly now. So you'll be in a war zone. Imagine, remember that time when Ukraine, this conflict started, almost Nigerians were stranded there. People were looking for how do you go and bring them back. You might find yourself in that situation. Yes, you are not a citizen of that country, so they won't constrict you or force you to take up arms to go and fight. But then, when it comes to war, anything can happen. Nobody cares. Nobody is accountable to you, and nobody will come and account for you. Say, oh, yes, you're not indigenous of that country. So be very careful. So watch out. I'm not telling you not to travel. I'm not telling Nigeria is better. But I say, start paying attention what is going on before you relocate. Or you wait a little. Don't rush. I know you see people will still tell you it's no matter what, it's still better than Nigeria, so it makes sense to risk it. Good and fine. I know some might say, is it because you have a source of livelihood, you have a car, what of me that don't have anything, and you are telling me to stay here and so because probably you are comfortable, you feel that it's better I go and no matter what. That's what I'm saying. I'm not stopping you. I'm saying if I were you, think twice, be logical. You probably don't know because, like I said, people just focus on only what is going on in Nigeria, thinking, you will really know until you step into that country or until that's what you realize. It's no longer as it was back then in Europe now. Most of these countries in Europe, they are really, really going through hell with economically. Even North America, Canada, US, and even US even getting worse. Look at how much a price of liter of fuel costs now there. Unlike when it was about 1 point a pound, 1 point, what's it called? A gallon was about $1 point something, or maximum about $2. But now it's about five or even more dollars. So it's reflecting on the cost of living over there. So many things, you know. But still, of course, there is still employment there anyway. So, but the economy is really, really in a mess. High inflation. Talking about not USA, people are also praising so much. I mean, start paying attention. That's what I'm saying. Start reading. You now really understand what I'm saying, because not only the state of the economy is no longer, it's not guaranteed anymore that tomorrow, by the time you get there, it will still be better than what you have here. But it's just that you might end up in a war zone. You might end up in a war zone, and there's no guarantee you survive, even though you are not, by international law or treaty or whatever, that you are not supposed to be constricted to go and fight for the country you are a visitor or a guest in. But what do you do? It's a war. You might not even have access to be able to leave the country. And the militaries there, the army there, they may not even care about your international passport. They will just constrict you, force you to go and fight. What do you do? Who cares? They will rather, when the war is over, they will deal with what the international, what is the ICC or what, I don't know, International Criminal Court of Justice or whatever. But at that time, they want to win the war. So nobody gives a rip about your right anymore. I mean, if you are a woman, that is even the worst case. You do not want to live in a war zone. In that case, all this I know my right. We have people, you dress anyhow, you go anyhow. You could be raped and nobody will give a shit about you. Nobody will even care. Nobody will give. People are dying and you're talking about somebody raped you. You think that is a priority at that time? So be careful. Don't just rush out now. Start paying attention. Even so, if you want to go. The other person in the world that you could say the economy is good, you could face. The Asians. You must start looking at the Asia. Right now, see, I don't have that burning desire. But if it comes to that, it might be Asia. Though Asia now, you could say, okay, they also have their, there's no crisis right now, but it's as if it's being provoked to happen. What is going on between China and Taiwan. Taiwan is according to what I know, is part of China, but the West is trying to provoke conflict between the two, and that might escalate. But the point is, other Asian countries, they are not parties. They don't want to get involved. So I've recommended China because it's a great country. The economy is good. Go there, if that's your goal. But of course, I know this is what's going on there. It hasn't happened yet, but it might happen because of the way the whole thing is being provoked. I might do a separate video on that. The other countries too. Singapore, Malaysia, there's good countries there are Asian countries that their economy is actually very good, very, very good, better than Nigeria by far. So I don't know, everybody is focusing so much on the West. There's nothing wrong to go there, but all I'm saying is, before you do, you go and do your research. If it's still safe for you to go, if you are not jumping from frying pan to fire economically, don't sell all your properties to rush there only to realize that it's as if you just entered here, or you find yourself in a war zone. Be very careful now. Let everything die down, because the way I'm saying it, if eventually this thing leads to World War III, Africans might not be affected because we have no business with what's going on there. I could say it might affect the things that we import. We no longer have, maybe fuel will no longer come in. So you see fuel like in Nigeria, which is very, very shameful that we have crude oil yet we don't have anything. You don't have means to refine them. You know, yeah, you could say all that, but in terms of the war to come to us, no, it will not, because it's over them. Unless you start taking side or want to go and join, then it means you are choosing to. But right now we have no business with that conflict. So be careful. So I hope this video makes sense. Maybe I'll do so. It's going to be posted on the new channel I created, and also my Facebook channel, which is I want to do a new channel on Facebook as well, so I can post this. So I'll be doing such stuff like this, once in a while, geopolitical discussions and the rest, and some topics might be in Igbo. Yes, so I'm in Igbo. Once in a while, we can some videos gbasara ndị Igbo, or ife m bu n'uche gbasara Igbo. So you see how it goes. So just be wise, be logical. Don't rush it. Things are not the way. Even those over there, whatever they are saying to you is not actually as it is. Everybody wants to portray that wherever he is better. But then use your number 6.